What if the key to living a life of true peace, fulfillment, and balance was discovered not in some modern self-help book, but over 2,500 years ago? Imagine a wisdom so profound, yet so simple, that it has stood the test of time and remains deeply relevant in our fast-paced, chaotic world today. Have you ever wondered how an ancient philosophy could resonate so profoundly with the complexities of modern science and the struggles we face in our daily lives? Albert Einstein once remarked, "If there is any religion that would cope with modern scientific needs, it would be Buddhism." But why? What is it about Buddhism that makes it stand apart, not just as a religion, but as a philosophy, a way of life, and a profound source of inner transformation? And why is it that more and more people in the West are turning to its timeless teachings for answers to life's biggest questions? Today, we're diving deep into the Buddhist Secret. We'll explore its origins, teachings, and practices, not as relics of the past, but as living wisdom that can transform how you think, how you feel, and how you live. This is not about dogma or blind faith. It's about uncovering truths that connect us to ourselves, to others, and to the world in ways that are profound and empowering. So, what is this secret? And how can it help you not only navigate the challenges of life, but thrive in ways you never thought possible? By the end of this journey, you may just discover that the answers you've been searching for have been within you all along. Let's begin. Over 2,500 years ago, in the ancient lands of India, a man named Siddhartha Gautama embarked on a journey that would change the course of human history. Born into a life of unimaginable privilege, he was a prince surrounded by luxury, wealth, and every comfort the world could offer. But behind the golden walls of his palace, Siddhartha felt an unease, a sense that something was missing. His world, though perfect on the surface, was cloaked in illusion. One day, he ventured beyond the palace gates. What he saw shook him to his core. He encountered an old man, frail and bent with age. He saw a sick person, suffering in pain. And finally, he saw a lifeless body, wrapped in the finality of death. These sights revealed to him the harsh realities of life: aging, sickness, and death, suffering that spares no one, no matter how privileged or powerful. Siddhartha couldn't ignore these truths. They planted a burning question deep within him. Why do humans suffer? Is there a way to escape this endless cycle of pain and loss? These questions consumed him. At the age of 29, Siddhartha made a decision that few could fathom. He left behind his palace, his wealth, his family, and his future as a king, walking away from everything he had ever known in search of answers. For 6 long years, he lived as a wandering ascetic, pushing his body and mind to their limits. He meditated relentlessly, fasted until he was barely alive, and sought wisdom from every teacher he could find. But none of it brought him the answers he was seeking. Finally, exhausted yet determined, he sat beneath a Bodhi tree and vowed not to rise until he uncovered the truth. And then, in the stillness of the night, it happened. Siddhartha achieved enlightenment. He saw the nature of suffering, its causes, and most importantly, its end. He realized that freedom from suffering wasn't found in wealth or denial, but in understanding life's impermanence, letting go of attachment, and embracing compassion and wisdom. Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, the awakened one. He didn't keep this revelation to himself. Instead, he shared it with the world, offering a path of liberation to anyone willing to walk it. From this moment of enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, Buddhism was born, not as a religion of dogma, but as a way of understanding life, suffering, and the profound peace that lies beyond both. And this, perhaps, is the first key to the Buddhist secret. The power to awaken lies within us all. The teachings of the Buddha can be distilled into a profound framework he called the Four Noble Truths, a roadmap to understanding life, suffering, and the path to true liberation. At its heart lies a truth that's both simple and deeply unsettling. Suffering is an inescapable part of life. Whether it's the heartbreak of loss, the anxiety of uncertainty, or even the fleeting nature of happiness, there's always an undercurrent of dissatisfaction. Even in our brightest moments, we can't escape the awareness that nothing lasts forever. But the Buddha didn't stop there. He asked why we suffer, and his second truth reveals the answer. The root of suffering lies in desire and ignorance. Our endless cravings for wealth, success, love, or even immortality trap us in a cycle of longing and disappointment. And our ignorance, our refusal to see the impermanence of life, keeps us clinging to what cannot last. These are the chains that bind us, the source of our deepest pain. Yet, the Buddha's message is not one of despair, but of hope. His third truth is a promise. There is an end to suffering. He called it nirvana, a state of ultimate peace, where the fires of desire and attachment are extinguished. Imagine living free from fear, from the endless chase for what's just out of reach. This is not a distant, unattainable dream, but a reality within our grasp. And then comes the fourth truth, the most practical and empowering of them all. The way to nirvana lies in the Noble Eightfold Path. This isn't a list of commandments, but a guide to living with intention, mindfulness, and wisdom. It begins with right view, understanding the nature of life and suffering. Then comes right intention, cultivating compassion and letting go of selfish desires. Right speech, right action, and right livelihood guide us to live ethically, treating others and ourselves with respect and kindness. Right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration teach us to master our thoughts, focus our minds, and awaken to the present moment. The Four Noble Truths aren't just teachings, they are a mirror, reflecting the struggles and potential of every human being. They reveal the secret that the path to peace doesn't lie in escaping life's difficulties, but in transforming how we see and respond to them. This wisdom, though ancient, speaks directly to the heart of modern life. It invites us to step off the hamster wheel of endless striving and begin a journey toward clarity, freedom, and lasting happiness. The question is, are you ready to take the first step? The Noble Eightfold Path is not a set of rigid rules to follow, but a compassionate guide for transforming your life. It offers a practical and balanced way to live with purpose, clarity, and peace. This path begins with right view, seeing the world as it truly is. It means understanding that suffering is part of life, but also recognizing the potential to rise above it. It's about looking past illusions and embracing the truth of impermanence, interconnectedness, and the power of our actions. Next is right intention, which is the foundation of a compassionate heart. It's about cultivating kindness, letting go of harmful desires, and aligning your thoughts with the values of generosity and selflessness. When your intentions are pure, they ripple outwards, shaping your actions and the world around you. From here, the path moves into ethical living, starting with right speech. Words carry immense power. They can heal or harm, unite or divide. Right speech teaches us to communicate honestly, kindly, and mindfully, avoiding gossip, lies, or words that create pain. Then comes right action, guiding us to live with integrity. It encourages respect for all beings, abstaining from harm, and acting in ways that uplift ourselves and others. Right livelihood follows, reminding us to earn a living in a way that aligns with our values, avoiding work that exploits or causes suffering. The path doesn't stop with ethical behavior. It delves deeper into the realm of mental discipline. Right effort is the practice of directing your energy toward what is wholesome and positive. It's about overcoming negative habits, fostering resilience, and staying committed to growth. Right mindfulness is the art of being fully present, aware of each moment without judgment. It's not just about meditation, it's about bringing awareness to every aspect of life, your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Finally, there's right concentration, the cultivation of a focused and calm mind. This step empowers you to go beyond distractions, achieving clarity and insight. What's remarkable about the Eightfold Path is that it's not a series of steps to be mastered in order, but an interconnected framework. Each practice supports the others, creating a holistic approach to life. By following this path, you're not escaping the challenges of existence, but transforming how you respond to them. It's about breaking free from the cycle of suffering, finding a deep inner peace, and awakening to the full potential of your mind and heart. This is the essence of the Buddhist Secret, a roadmap not just to survive life, but to thrive in it with wisdom, compassion, and unshakable peace. And it all starts with a single step, one moment of awareness, one act of kindness, one decision to live with intention. The question is, are you ready to walk the path? Karma is one of the most misunderstood and often misrepresented concepts in Buddhism. Many people think of it as some form of cosmic punishment or divine reward, a system of judgment that operates beyond our control. But the truth is far more profound and empowering. In Buddhism, karma is simply the law of cause and effect, a principle that connects every action you take to the outcomes you experience. It's not about external forces deciding your fate. It's about the seeds you plant through your thoughts, words, and deeds. Imagine your life as a vast garden. Every action you take is a seed that you sow. Acts of kindness, compassion, and generosity are like planting seeds of vibrant flowers. Over time, these seeds bloom into happiness, peace, and positive experiences. On the other hand, harmful actions, born from anger, greed, or ignorance, are like planting weeds. They grow into pain, conflict, and difficulties. The beauty of karma is that you hold the tools to cultivate your garden. You can choose which seeds to plant, nurture, and ultimately harvest. Karma is not immediate. It's not a transaction. Sometimes, the effects of our actions take time to manifest, but they are always present, shaping the fabric of our lives. This understanding is liberating because it places the power of change in your hands. You are not a victim of circumstance or a puppet to fate. Every moment is an opportunity to plant new seeds, to create a life of joy and meaning through intentional and mindful choices. This perspective transforms how we approach daily life. Small acts of kindness, a smile, a helping hand, a word of encouragement, may seem insignificant, but they create ripples that extend far beyond what we can see. Likewise, moments of mindfulness, where we choose patience over anger or generosity over selfishness, have the power to reshape not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us. Understanding karma also teaches us accountability. It encourages us to reflect deeply on the impact of our actions. Instead of blaming others or external circumstances for our suffering, we begin to see how our own choices have contributed to where we are. This is not about guilt or shame, but about empowerment. When you realize that you are the gardener of your life, you can begin to pull out the weeds and cultivate the beauty you want to see. The secret of karma is simple, yet profound. You create your reality through your actions, and every choice matters. By embracing this truth, you unlock the ability to shape a future that reflects your highest values and aspirations. It's not about waiting for a better tomorrow. It's about planting the seeds for it today. So, what will you choose to plant in the garden of your life? Buddhism teaches us that life is not a single, linear journey, but a cycle, an endless loop of birth, death, and rebirth, known as samsara. This cycle is driven by karma, the accumulation of our actions and their consequences. And at the heart of samsara lies suffering, a reality that touches every moment of existence. This suffering isn't just about pain or loss. It's the dissatisfaction, the restlessness, and the longing that permeate even our happiest moments. It's the weight of always wanting, always chasing, and never truly finding. But here's the profound truth that Buddhism reveals. There is a way out. The ultimate goal of the Buddha's teachings is to break free from samsara and achieve nirvana, a state of liberation beyond suffering, beyond the endless cycle of becoming and fading. Yet, nirvana isn't about running away from life or rejecting it. It's about seeing life as it truly is, and transcending the limitations imposed by desire, ignorance, and attachment. It's about freeing yourself from the constant need to grasp at happiness and instead finding peace in simply being. Imagine this for a moment. Imagine a life where you are no longer ruled by cravings, where your happiness doesn't depend on external circumstances. Imagine living in a state of profound stillness and clarity, where your mind is no longer pulled in every direction by fears, desires, or regrets. That is the promise of nirvana. It's not about an escape. It's about awakening to a deeper truth, a truth that liberates you from the chains of suffering. This journey to nirvana isn't easy, but it's available to everyone. It begins with understanding the nature of your own mind and the patterns that keep you trapped in samsara. By cultivating mindfulness, practicing compassion, and following the Eightfold Path, you take steps toward freedom. Each moment of awareness, each act of kindness, each decision to let go of attachment brings you closer to breaking the cycle. The beauty of this teaching is its universality. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. The path to nirvana is open to anyone willing to walk it. It's not reserved for monks or spiritual elites. It's for all of us who feel the weight of samsara and long for something more. This is the Buddhist secret, that the peace we seek isn't somewhere far away. It's not something to be found in the future or outside ourselves. It's here, now, waiting for us to wake up to it. By breaking free from samsara, we don't lose life. We gain the ability to live it fully, with wisdom, compassion, and a profound sense of freedom. And isn't that what we're all searching for? The question is, are you ready to take the first step toward that liberation? What's truly remarkable about Buddhism is how its ancient teachings align so seamlessly with modern science. It's as if wisdom from over 2,500 years ago was laying the groundwork for discoveries we're only now beginning to understand. Take mindfulness, for example, a practice at the heart of Buddhism. Neuroscience has shown that mindfulness can actually reshape the brain. Through consistent practice, it reduces stress, enhances focus, and even strengthens areas of the brain associated with emotional regulation and decision-making. These changes are measurable, observable, and undeniably real. What once seemed like a spiritual practice is now validated by science as a powerful tool for improving mental health and well-being. Then there's the Buddhist concept of impermanence, the idea that nothing in life is fixed or permanent. This isn't just a philosophical insight, it's a reality echoed by quantum physics. On the most fundamental level, particles are in constant motion, appearing and disappearing, existing in a state of flux. Everything we think of as solid and unchanging is, in fact, dynamic and ever-shifting. The same is true in our lives, where clinging to what we believe to be permanent only leads to suffering. Modern science and ancient wisdom converge here, reminding us of the beauty and necessity of embracing change. Interdependence, another cornerstone of Buddhist thought, teaches that all things are connected. Nothing exists in isolation. Every action has a ripple effect. In ecological studies, this principle is vividly illustrated. Ecosystems thrive on interconnection. Plants, animals, and even microscopic organisms rely on each other to survive. When one part of the system is disrupted, the entire web of life feels the impact. Buddhism recognized this truth long before modern science, and today it feels more relevant than ever as we grapple with environmental challenges and the need for global cooperation. This synergy between ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science is no coincidence. It might be one of the reasons Buddhism continues to resonate so deeply with modern thinkers, scientists, and seekers. It bridges the gap between the spiritual and the empirical, offering not just a way to understand the world, but a way to live in harmony with it. Buddhism invites us to explore not just the external universe, but our internal one. It challenges us to ask big questions. Who are we? How do our thoughts and actions shape our reality? And how can understanding the nature of life and the mind bring us closer to lasting peace? These are not just philosophical musings, they are questions science is also beginning to ask. This alignment between Buddhism and science is a testament to its timeless relevance. It's not just a spiritual path, it's a practical guide to navigating the complexities of modern life with wisdom and clarity. Perhaps this is the greatest Buddhist secret, that the truths discovered centuries ago still hold the key to unlocking a life of balance, purpose, and understanding today. The more we learn, the more we realize how much there is to gain by walking this path. The question is, are you ready to explore it? Meditation is often seen as the heart of Buddhism, and it's no surprise why. It's not just about sitting still or finding a moment of peace in a chaotic day. Meditation is a powerful practice of self-transformation, a way to train your mind to focus, to observe without judgment, and ultimately, to understand the deeper truths of existence. It's a journey inward, an exploration of your thoughts, emotions, and the nature of reality itself. What makes meditation so extraordinary is its versatility. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. Mindfulness meditation teaches you to stay present, to fully experience each moment as it unfolds, without being consumed by distractions or worries. It's about breaking free from the constant chatter of the mind and connecting with the here and now. Loving kindness meditation, on the other hand, cultivates compassion and empathy. It's a practice of sending goodwill to yourself, your loved ones, and even those you struggle with. Imagine the transformative power of replacing resentment with kindness or fear with understanding. Meditation isn't confined to monasteries or sacred spaces. It's something you can do anywhere, anytime. On a crowded subway, in a quiet corner of your home, or even in the midst of nature, you can turn inward and find stillness. The beauty of meditation is that it doesn't require special tools or complex rituals. All it asks is your willingness to sit, breathe, and be present. The benefits of meditation extend far beyond the practice itself. It calms the storm of the mind, reducing stress and anxiety. It sharpens mental clarity, helping you make decisions with greater insight and awareness. And for those who meditate consistently, it often opens the door to profound realizations about life and existence. Meditation is not about escaping the world. It's about engaging with it more fully, with a calm and centered perspective. What's even more inspiring is that meditation meets you where you are. Whether you're a complete beginner or someone who's been practicing for years, it offers new depths to explore. It's not about perfection, but about practice, a daily commitment to nurturing your inner world and creating space for growth and understanding. Meditation embodies one of the great Buddhist secrets, that true peace and clarity don't come from changing the world around you, but from transforming how you experience it. By turning inward, you discover that the answers you've been searching for are already within you. It's an ancient practice, but its relevance is timeless. The question is, are you ready to take a seat, close your eyes, and begin the journey? At the core of Buddhism lies a profound and transformative truth. Compassion is not just an emotion, it's a practice, a way of living. The Buddha taught that we are all deeply interconnected, bound together by the threads of our shared humanity. When we help others, we're not just performing an act of kindness for someone else, we're healing a part of ourselves. It's through compassion that we bridge the divide between individuals, dissolve the illusion of separation, and create a world that is more caring and just. Compassion begins with understanding. It's recognizing that every person you meet is carrying their own struggles, joys, and fears, just like you. From this awareness springs loving kindness, a practice the Buddha emphasized as a way to cultivate a boundless heart. Loving kindness meditation invites you to direct goodwill and positive energy first to yourself, then to those you love, and finally to those you may struggle with, even to complete strangers. Imagine closing your eyes, breathing deeply, and silently repeating the wish, "May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at peace." These simple words hold the power to transform not only your relationships, but also your inner world. But compassion in Buddhism isn't limited to meditation. It's something we can bring into our daily lives. It's in the small acts of kindness we extend, a smile to a stranger, a helping hand to someone in need, or even just listening deeply to a friend. These moments of connection ripple outward, creating an impact far greater than we might realize. The Buddha taught that by reducing the suffering of others, we also reduce our own. Acts of compassion are like light. They illuminate both the giver and the receiver. Now imagine a world where compassion is not the exception, but the norm, where people choose empathy over judgment, generosity over greed, and understanding over fear. How much of the world's suffering could we alleviate if more of us embraced this practice? The beauty of compassion is that it's not reserved for saints or spiritual masters. It's something we can all cultivate, no matter where we are in life. It doesn't require wealth, power, or extraordinary effort, just the willingness to care. This is one of Buddhism's greatest secrets. Compassion is not just a gift to others, it's a gift to ourselves. It frees us from the prison of self-centeredness, opening our hearts and minds to a deeper sense of purpose and connection. The Buddha's teachings remind us that we don't have to wait for the world to change to start making a difference. Change begins with a single act of kindness, repeated again and again until it becomes a way of life. So why not start today? Take a moment to reflect on how you can bring compassion into your life, through your thoughts, words, and actions. The ripple effect of even one compassionate act is immeasurable, and the world could always use more light. The question isn't whether you can make a difference, it's whether you will. Are you ready to take the first step? You don't need to shave your head, don a robe, or retreat to a monastery to embrace a Buddhist-inspired life. The beauty of Buddhism lies in its accessibility. It's not about rigid rituals or dogmatic practices. It's about transforming the way you approach each moment of your life. Through small, intentional actions, you can weave the timeless principles of Buddhism into your everyday routine and experience profound changes. Mindfulness is one of the simplest yet most powerful practices you can adopt. It's about being fully present in whatever you're doing, whether it's drinking a cup of tea, listening to a friend, or even walking down the street. Mindfulness isn't just for the meditation cushion, it's a way of engaging with life. Instead of rushing through tasks on autopilot, it invites you to slow down, notice the details, and truly savor the moment. Living ethically is another cornerstone of a Buddhist-inspired life. This doesn't require grand gestures. Even small decisions can make a difference. It's in choosing honesty over deceit, kindness over cruelty, and fairness over selfishness. Ethical living isn't about perfection. It's about striving to align your actions with values that promote harmony and reduce suffering for yourself and others. Generosity is another way to bring Buddhism into your life, and it can be as simple as helping a neighbor carry groceries or volunteering for a cause you care about. These small acts of giving create ripples of positivity, not just for the receiver, but for you as well. The Buddha taught that generosity opens the heart and connects us to others in meaningful ways. It's a reminder that no matter how much or how little we have, we always have something to offer. A kind word, a helping hand, or even just a moment of our time. Gratitude is yet another transformative practice. Buddhism teaches us to recognize the interconnectedness of all things and to appreciate the countless ways we are supported every day. From the food on your plate to the roof over your head, there is so much to be thankful for. Cultivating gratitude shifts your focus away from what's missing and toward the abundance that already exists in your life. Ultimately, a Buddhist-inspired life is about intention. It's about choosing to live with awareness, compassion, and purpose. It's not about escaping the world, but engaging with it in a way that brings peace and clarity. It's about realizing that every moment, no matter how ordinary, holds the potential for mindfulness, generosity, and growth. This is the Buddhist secret. You don't need to change who you are or where you are to live a life of meaning and joy. The transformation begins within, in the small, everyday choices you make. When you bring intention to how you live, you begin to see the extraordinary in the ordinary and discover that the path to peace isn't somewhere far away. It's right here, in this moment. Are you ready to take that step and begin living intentionally today? In recent years, Buddhism has been growing rapidly in the West, not as a traditional religion, but as a powerful philosophy and way of life. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, people are turning to its teachings for clarity, balance, and peace. Buddhism offers something that resonates deeply, a practical, compassionate guide to living fully in the present moment. Its core principles, mindfulness, meditation, and ethical living, speak directly to the struggles of modern life. In a society driven by speed, distraction, and constant demands, mindfulness invites us to slow down and truly experience each moment. Meditation, once seen as an esoteric practice, has now been embraced by millions, from CEOs looking for focus to individuals seeking relief from stress and anxiety. Ethical living reminds us of the importance of integrity, compassion, and the impact our choices have on ourselves and the world around us. What's remarkable is how universal these practices have become. Celebrities, tech leaders, scientists, and everyday people are weaving Buddhist principles into their lives, not to adhere to a religion, but to discover a deeper sense of well-being. Leaders in industries known for their high-pressure environments now tout mindfulness as a cornerstone of success. Scientists have studied meditation and found evidence of its profound effects on the brain, from reducing stress to enhancing emotional resilience. Even in the most secular spaces, the wisdom of Buddhism is transforming lives. But what makes Buddhism so appealing isn't just its practicality, it's the sense of purpose and connection it cultivates. The Buddhist secret isn't about rejecting the world or escaping its challenges. It's about engaging with life more deeply, living with awareness, intention, and an open heart. It's about finding meaning, not in external achievements, but in how we show up for each moment, how we treat ourselves and others, and how we align our actions with our values. Buddhism reminds us that happiness isn't something to chase, it's something to cultivate. By practicing mindfulness, embracing compassion, and letting go of the attachments that weigh us down, we create space for joy, clarity, and fulfillment. In a world that often tells us to do more, have more, and be more, Buddhism offers a radically different path: to simply be present, to live with purpose, and to find peace in the here and now. This is why Buddhism has found a home in the West, not as a set of beliefs, but as a way of life that resonates across cultures, professions, and personal struggles. It's a philosophy that doesn't demand faith, but invites exploration. It's not about escaping suffering, but about transforming how we experience life itself. And perhaps this is its greatest gift: the ability to live fully, with awareness, purpose, and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. Are you ready to embrace this secret and see how it can transform your life? So, what is the Buddhist secret? It's not some mystical formula hidden in ancient texts or a ritual reserved for monks and sages. It's something far simpler and yet profoundly transformative. The Buddhist secret is the realization that happiness isn't something we can chase or acquire through external means. It's something that comes from within. True peace and fulfillment arise not from accumulating things or achievements, but from understanding and transforming our own minds. The Buddha's teachings remind us that we are not powerless in the face of life's challenges. In fact, we hold the key to shaping our experiences through our thoughts, actions, and intentions. By cultivating mindfulness, practicing compassion, and letting go of attachments, we can unlock a deeper sense of purpose and joy that isn't tied to circumstances or material gains. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress, taking small, intentional steps toward living with greater awareness and kindness, both to ourselves and to others. The Buddhist secret is a timeless truth that speaks to everyone, regardless of where they come from or what they believe. It's about recognizing that the power to create a meaningful and peaceful life has always been within us, waiting to be uncovered. Imagine what your life could look like if you started applying these teachings today. How would it feel to approach each moment with presence and clarity, to let go of the constant need for more, and to connect deeply with the people and world around you? This journey isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself, free from the distractions and burdens that weigh you down. The question isn't whether this secret can work for you. It's whether you're ready to embrace it. Are you ready to take the first step toward living a life of awareness, compassion, and purpose? Let us know in the comments how you plan to bring these teachings into your own life. Whether it's through mindfulness, acts of kindness, or simply pausing to reflect on what truly matters, every step counts. And if you found inspiration in these ideas, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Together, we can continue exploring the wisdom of Buddhism and uncover the secrets to living a life of meaning, peace, and fulfillment. Your journey starts now. Are you ready to begin?